Hey everybody, welcome back to microbeerreviews.com. So we did a quick multi-12 pack video a couple days ago. Now we're going to get into these beers. Sierra Nevada Fresh Hop Double IPA in cans. Comes in their new 12 pack at the end of 2017 here. We got 8% ABVs. I'm just quote that on the other video. I thought it was 7%. IBUs are 67. We've got Simcoe hops. We've got Magnum hops. That's really it. And then kind of their traditional 2-row pale malts, a little bit of honey malt, a little bit of caramel, and a little bit of chocolate malt in there too, probably to give it, to cut off the sweetness with some of the bitterness of the hops. So again, they kind of call this their showpiece of field fresh Simcoe hops. One of the stars of this year's early harvest is what they labeled it as. They call it intense hop notes with a fresh hop, huge citrus and grapefruit-like hop flavor. So Sierra Nevada, I think for the price point, the value is real good. I live on the East Coast. Now they have East Coast brewery. It's a heck of a lot easier to get it. I'm not a huge fan of what I would call massively produced double IPAs. I'm fine with spending $15 or $16 on 4 big cans of Fresh Hop Double IPA that's 12 days old after being canned. I think it's worth it. You don't drink all 4 at once, obviously, but you know, so Simcoe hops are pretty tasty. So looking at it, it definitely has that kind of caramel color to it. It looks a lot like a brown ale, actually. So very brown in color. As always with Sierra Nevada, crystal clear. Nothing floating around, just a thin, slightly tinted colored head. Smells like Simcoe hops and pine. Wow. Definitely some sweetness, whether it's the malt, caramel malt they have in there. You can smell a lot of citrus, but yes, I'll give Sierra Nevada a ton of credit. Their descriptions are usually exactly what the beer is. There's a lot of grapefruit, a lot of resinous. Definitely has a little bit of that dankiness that people talk about at 8% ABVs. But it's definitely a sweeter double IPA. So cheers, let's get in the glass and see what we have. That's Sierra Nevada right there. Interesting. It's very sweet. There's definitely a lot of caramely sugar texture to it. The hops are, you can tell, a single hop. It's nothing complex at all, but it's not bad. It's fresh. Dissipates real quickly. So most double IPAs are a little more sticky. There's a little bit of booziness with the 8%, but it's not sticky at all. It's very thin in nature, especially for a double IPA. Does that mean it's a bad double IPA? No, this means that's usually not what you're bargaining for when you open one of these. But again, that's how their beers trend. It's good. It's fresh. It's not complex at all. So, again, if you're looking for a pretty, intense double IPA, that's this one. If you're new to the kind of the hop market and you want to broaden your wings to a double IPA, this would be a good start. But remember as well, this one's real sweet and caramely, kind of maltish in the backbone, but strong, as opposed to one of the what I call fruity tooties. Double IPAs that a lot of people really enjoy and will spend a lot of money on, especially if they're fresh. So, I mean, it's good, it's different. I think they're trying to separate themselves a little bit with all this caramel. I'm not a huge fan of that in a double IPA, but it's not a bad beer. It's very drinkable. All Sierra Nevada beers are very drinkable. We rate our beers between 1 and 5. I'd probably give this about a 2.5. I would not buy this in a 6-pack or a 12-pack. I'm not disappointed, though, that it's in the multi-12 pack. And there are a lot of times I do multi-12 pack reviews and I will admit to either throwing the beer down the drain or giving them all away to a friend that wants them and not drinking them because they're not good. This one's good enough to drink, good enough to have 3 out of a multi-12 pack. It just doesn't quite have the complexity that I think most people look for when they reach for a double IPA. And that's, again, no fault of the beer. It's very consistent, though, with the brewery, which I have a lot of respect for. So I will continue to buy their products. Again, I'm happy to try this one, but not a repeater for me. unless it's in the multi 12 pack. So I hope that helps. Let us know if you tried it. Leave comments on our YouTube channel or our website, microbeerreviews.com. We upload all the time. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. And as always, we will see you again real soon. Cheers.